Buenas noches. 7-3.
7-3, un gran abrazo. Digital en Jalisco, México, aquí es 61FAT010 en Ecuador. Chao. Curious India, 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010. 61 Foxtrot Alpha Tango 010, looking for Pacific in Asia, over. CQ Pacific, CQ Asia, CQ Pacific, CQ Asia, 61 Division. 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010. 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010, calling Pacific in Asia, over.
This is 2 Echo Tango 006.
Okay, 2 Echo Tango 006. Evening to you, good to hear you, thanks for coming back. Name here is Alex, Alpha Lima, X-ray Alex. And I'm located on the Pacific coast of Ecuador. That's 15 miles north of Plaza. Okay, let me turn to my log here. That's 0139. 2 Echo Tango 00. Okay, 2 Echo Tango 006. So name is Alex, you're 5 and 9 here in Ecuador. 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010. Back to you.
Okay, appreciate the 5x9, Mr. Alex. I got you about a 5x4, 5x5 into California. Close to the Pacific. I heard you calling Pacific, so I kind of stood by for a little bit to see if anybody would answer. But I'm about 10 miles northeast of the city of San Francisco. The personal name here is Larry. That's Lima Alpha Romeo Yankee. But real good copy over here. It's not too often we hear many 6-1 division stations over here. That's why I wanted to make sure I keyed up and send it back down your way. But real good copy over here into Northern California, QSO.
Roger, Larry. I wonder how far are you from Tiburon or from Petaluma, over?
From Petaluma, I'm about I'm about halfway between Petaluma and San Francisco. Actually, Petaluma might be a little bit more. In driving wise, I got to go across the bay, but it's about maybe 45 minutes to the north. So Petaluma is probably, about 25 miles to the north of me, and San Francisco is about, like I said, about 10, 12 or so like that. But pretty close to Petaluma, QSL.
Trying to get in touch with him. So tell him that this hour we should try maybe tomorrow. Conditions permit, so we'll see. Yeah, Larry, no, you're strong. You're F7 to F9 here. We are running your TF430 with the Tango Lima 922 in here, about 1 kilowatt. And the 7 element monoband jag is pretty much there. Now I pointed it to your way. So I'm surprised you're hearing me only 5 and 4. But that means the conditions aren't so good. Back to you there, Larry, 006010.
Yeah, well, I might not be pointed pretty close to you right now. I'm gonna nudge the antenna your way just a hair. But yeah, the station what I'm working over here is using the radio that I'm using currently is a Yaesu Fox Tango 2000, and the antenna is a 8-element cubical quad about 40 feet in the air. Actually, it's about 42 feet, I guess, but that's pretty much it. And right now, output is about 250 whiskeys out right now. But let's see, I nudged the antenna just a little bit more your way. I kind of had it pointed a little bit farther to the south of you down there, but and it might not have made a difference because I only moved it about 5 degrees. This thing is pretty directional, so it is pretty touchy. But yeah, there's a little bit of QSB too, so the signals do go up and down some. But yeah, pretty much on average, you're about a 5x4 or 5x5 over here. But like I said, real good copy, and yeah, I'm like I said, I'm pretty close to Petaluma, so not too far away. And usually we hear if you're trying to contact a station up there, we usually hear your direction, starting. Right now it's about, let's see, it's about 6, it's about 6:45 local time right now. Usually for me, I start to hear South America like probably around noontime, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. Kind of. Usually I'll hear it real early in the morning when the sun is first coming up. With that unsettled skip out there, it's kind of I don't know, probably say about 6-7 o'clock. I'll hear a little bit of noise, and then it'll go away, and then I'll pick it up again about like I said, about 12 or so, and I'll usually hold it pretty good until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. But usually this time, late in the evening, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, usually comes up. That's usually the strongest point, QSO.
Roger. Thanks very much for the information here, Larry. Yeah, you see, we're trying a mini band. Well, he has a very simple antenna over there, and so I don't know. I can hear him. I have a very good setup for all bands, 160 to 10 meters, 11 meters included. I don't know. I told him we changed the antenna, but he's going to be back here to 61 division pretty soon. So we'll talk. We're neighbors, so we'll have enough time to be in touch with him while he's there visiting his other TPH. Yeah, okay, Larry. Good on your 8-element quad. That's impressive, even if it's monobander. So, actually, your signals may have improved a little bit. You're now S+, S9 class. So it's working. Yeah, I know it's very sharp. The main lobe is very acute, and when you have such an antenna system, you should know where to point it more precisely rather than 3 or 4 elements. So I have the same problem here as I told you, running 7 elements, but the Yagi white space on about 45 feet long boom. So that's the TPH. Larry, yep, thank you very much for the information on South America. Rather consider this TPH as Central America, so although we are in South America, but our propagation is more similar to that of Panama and perhaps Costa Rica, and because the guys like Brazil and Chile and Argentina, they suffer more from the season changes and stuff. We're not, because 1 degree south of the equator, so it makes it 100-some kilometers south, and it's pretty much year-round all the same. So, Larry, won't hold you anymore, my friend. Thanks for giving me a shout. I wish you all the best there, and we hope to talk to you again. TET-06. This is 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010. Back to you, Larry.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Alex. Yeah, it's when you mention these stations in Brazil and stuff, I hear those guys like I hear Division 17, like I hear Hawaii over here. I hear them shoot just about all day, every day, almost. That's one place. No matter what, how propagation is and how weak it is, I do always have a copy on a few stations out of Brazil. So it's that's a pretty easy spot for me. But when it swings over to the west coast down there, it's kind of hit and miss. Like I said, early in the day or very late in the day is when it picks up good. But anyways, good copy. I know. For me, also, I'm probably going to start here in Asia if they're out there at all. So I'm going to swing the antenna around that way and kind of take a peek over there. But yeah, you're running this antenna on a antenna program that I have. The beam width. I was going to say bandwidth, but the beam width on this thing is only about 10 or 12 degrees in the front side of it. So it's pretty touchy. Like I said, 5 degrees can make a big difference. But as you said, it's you do have to move it a lot. It's not like you said. It's not like a 3-element or 4-element where you can just kind of point in one direction and talk to everybody. This thing here, I gotta nudge it between every little station I talk to. But and speaking of the the 7-element long boom. I built one for a guy. I just finished up last week, and I delivered all the stuff to his QTH, and I don't know if I'm going to put it up this weekend or maybe the weekend after. I'm thinking maybe the weekend after, but that one is also 7 elements on a long boom, except the boom length on that one is 48 feet, so it's pretty close. So I think he should be happy with that one. And we had a quad up there before, but where he lives, the wind is just fierce over there, and it tears up every antenna he had. He had a Joe Gunn commercial made antenna up there before, and it mangled that thing, and I had a commercial quad, and it beat that one up. And I had built another quad. Actually, it has 2 towers up, so I built another quad on for a small tower, and that one's holding up good. But then we're going to put this Yagi on the other one, so we should see what happens. Hopefully, and he should have enough bandwidth where he should be able to cover pretty much the whole band. So hopefully I'm out here one day. So anyways, Mr. Alex, I'll say send me 3s, and hopefully there is some Pacific and Asia out there, because I'd like to give me a piece of that too. So we'll see what's going on, and hopefully I can catch out here later on. That's 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010, Mr. Alex. This is 2 Echo Tango 006. 73s for now.
Hi, Roger Larry. 2 Echo Tango 006, 61FAT010. Before you go, tell me what's the toughest area to reach from California here, Evan?
What is the what area?
The toughest one. What's the most difficult to get, over?
The hard stuff for me is the places where I always look, and it's always tough no matter what kind of conditions we have, is like Southwest Asia. That's always a tough shot. For me up here, Southeast Asia is not. Of course it depends on propagation, but it's not really that difficult for me. Pretty much anybody around the Pacific, I got those covered. It's a pretty easy shot for me. My location here is I'm pretty close to the coastline, but there is a set of hills between me, but there's pretty much I got pretty much a straight shot going across the Pacific. So all that direction is pretty good. The south is good, but like I said, Southwest Asia that's always the spot I'm looking for. That and Southern Asia. Once you get past, like, say, Malaysia and Thailand, all that stuff down that way, say like from India all the way over to the Mediterranean, that area right there that's a tough spot for me. QSO?
Roger, that sounds funny. I understand. I'm originally from 50 Division, from 50. So I'm now been here for more than 12 years. For me, the most difficult spot is Zone 37, the East Africa. So that's Indian Ocean coast of Africa, Tanzania and Kenya. It looks that they are not that far away, but they are really tough to get on any band. No problem whatsoever with the West, Asia, whatever, Middle East and India and Central Asia. It's not hard at all, like Iraq or Saudi or what that Bahrain and Emirates, they're booming their whole band sometimes right in the middle of the night. But that's typical, so we're both about within 15 degrees from the equator, and it helps, so we have a little bit different kind of propagation here. And for me, the most difficult issues, as I said, it's the Africa and perhaps still Southeast Asia somewhat, but that corner, but that's because of the activities. There's just no one there in Myanmar and Cambodia and that. I've worked them, of course, but they're hard to spot. But still, the challenging is guys from Madagascar, Reunion Island, and so I've worked them, but the thing is it's like once or maybe twice during the solar cycle, which could work them, a little bit more on a more frequent basis. So that's our second QDH, and the first QDH is right on the water, but I have only 3-element Yagi there, and but the QDH is on the cliff, right about 10, it's not that high, but something like 30 feet cliff. And the house right there and that's 70 feet tower, and it works pretty fine. So, and it's obviously, the Pacific is right there, and so the reflection is marvelous. You can work with low power anywhere you want. Here inland, well, the more power is better. 73 is Larry, and if you're curious, well, if you need a QSL, the manager here is 14 Florida Alpha Tango 123. 14 Florida Alpha Tango 123. If you ever need a QSL card, just send him a request. He will send you one. Greetings from Ecuador, my friend. You keep well, and I really enjoyed the conversation. 2 Echo Tango 006, 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010.
Yeah, right back, Mr. Alex. Yeah, I did appreciate the QSO. Yeah, it's that area is that is a tough one for me. And East Africa is kind of hit and miss. There is times of the year when we do hear it, but it's usually a pretty heavy pileup out there. But the thing is, for me, we got a real small window to work stations out of Africa. And, local time, it's about between maybe 11 o'clock and like 12:30. It's pretty small. And if we do have any kind of long DX like that, usually the stations out of Europe are still in there pretty good. So it does make it difficult to hear a few of the stations out of Africa. But I have worked quite a few down there on a few different bands. Most of my talking I do right here. If there's really absolutely nothing going on 11 meters, then I'll go somewhere else. But I pretty much spend my time right here. But anyways, I won't keep you too long. I don't want to talk conditions out. So you know how that gets. I'll catch you out here later on. We'll pick this back up. And if you do want to see the QSO, I did record it, and you can see it on my YouTube page. It's number 6 of the boys. It's NUMBER 6OFTHEBOYS. So if you look that up in a day or so, I'll have it up there, and you can see the job you're doing over here. But other than that, that's I'll say 73s, and I'll turn the antenna around and see if we can't pick something up on the other side. 61 Florida Alpha Tango 010, Mr. Alex, 2ET 006, 73s.
Roger, no problem, Larry, and I appreciate that. I'll definitely check it out. Please make a tag there so easy to find 61 FAT010 or something. I mean, so just in a tag. And so I will just go in there and scan we'll search it through by my call. And we will come up, and I will obviously leave a comment. I do not have very fast internet connection here at the moment, but I will have it tomorrow. I'm going back to more civilized parts of this country. 73's Larry, and have fun, my friend. Echo Tango 006, Alpha Tango 010. Bye-bye.
Okay, see you, Alex.